Welcome to the Do Nothing Project. You guys have made it over to Substack, it looks like. Um, just let me know how this format's working. You could always send me an email or something. I don't really know how it is from the outside. Like it seems it's easier, quite a bit easier for me to do um, compared to YouTube, just more integrated with everything else. Um, but anyway, good to be here. Thank you for joining me. Thanks to all my community. Um, you can just send an email to the main one for me on my I think it's on my contact page. It all goes the same place, or I guess a note in Substack. Um, and so yeah, so this is the Do Nothing Project. This is my weekly dose of slightly longer practice I get to do in community with my friends. We've had doing it for like 6 years now, and it used to be on YouTube, and now it's here on Substack. But it all gets sent to YouTube after. So if you're used to watching it that way, a lot of people watch it later, kind of do a midweek meditation or whatever. It's still there, and it'll be archived on Substack as well. Um, what's the Do Nothing Project? It's it's just what it sounds like. It's an opportunity to do a very minimal practice in community. So the it's a meditation, but you can kind of make it your own. I found I almost always do my whatever my new go-to practice is. It kind of changes over the years, but it's always some similar version of sitting and just letting life happen around me, through me, with me, as me. Um, and sometimes there's always we kind of finish with more of a loving kindness piece at the end. And, sometimes I'll guide a different flavor of it, a different, more specific technique. But really the idea is that it can be your own. This is just sort of a place at the end of the week where we check in with each other. You practice really what the medicine that you need. I mean, I just wrote, that last Substack I wrote this on Friday was all about how I think of the kind of nourishment that happens through meditation. I mean, there's so much, and it's so hilarious because nothing seems to be happening. That's the whole thing. You're just sitting, you're being, but just through resting in that way and opening in that way, there's something very mysterious that happens. And I think it happens at different levels. I mean, it isn't just that the nervous system gets calm. There's something about the relative quiet that lets things, I would say kind of reorganize in a more adaptive fashion. And then deeper than that, as things are reorganizing and settling, it kind of opens things up to almost synchronize with how life is in some way, the mystery of life, the depth of it, the breadth of it. It just starts to either in the meditation itself or afterwards or over time just doing it. There's a kind of palpable sense um, uh, of that, however you can describe that. So anyway, so this is our chance to do that. And for you, that might look like just you're still doing a meditation, but you're lying down in some way, or you're stretching, or you're in nature somewhere. I think there's just lots of ways. The external form can change. What matters is really the way we're present, the way we're paying attention, and so I'll guide a simple practice. I think I'll touch in on some of the things I wrote in that Substack post about the kinds of nourishment. And then, yeah, I'm just happy to be here. And afterwards, I'll see if sometimes there's questions or comments, and we can kind of share those reports. And I kind of miss a lot of these comments here. They're going by fast. Um, so here we go. Yeah, I'm still getting used to this interface. It's a little different. I can kind of see more on uh, YouTube how it looks. You can see more of the comments here. You gotta Anyway, whatever. let's, let's do nothing. Happy to be here with you, friends. And good to see you, Fred. Good to see you. I think I saw Andrew there and Joe and uh, hey, Gail, what's up? Uh, yeah. So I like what I love about the comments is that just people get to chat with each other. say hi, and there's often some hilarious banter in there. So I'm hoping that can still happen on Substack. Um, all right, here we go. I have to say my usual caveat. I'm like hiding in our room, and my kids are downstairs. I got them in front of a movie, some Pixar movie, but at any moment they could suddenly become aware that dad is not around and come stampeding up here, and I get to test my equipment. So, right. So we'll do 25 minutes starting from right now. You can, if you want more of a minimal style, if you're not that I'll have a ton of guidance, you can turn the volume down. All right. I always like to begin with, in this case, I like closing my eyes, but sometimes I have them open, just kind of looking softly in front of me. It can be good actually doing that if you have a lot of thoughts and kind of mental activity. I like starting with a few kind of slower, more deliberate breaths. And like almost immediately that starts to chill me out because I realize I've been all worked up somehow. I haven't really been breathing properly. And I have this life of my body here that's happening below my head all on its own, all this good body functioning that I can start to tune into the breath, the heartbeat, the tingling in the limbs. And it's nice to begin with a little deliberate relaxation, kind of like the base of the meditation pyramid is relaxation. And that can be in the form of a little body scan where you just start with your forehead and your cheeks and jaw and kind of loosen things out. Even if you're not aware there's tension there, often it's like we're kind of holding something. Like I'm noticing that with my shoulders. And loosen the shoulders, relax them back. Hands can be soft in your lap or by your side. With every out breath, you're kind of like dropping down and arriving a little more fully in your body and in your seat on the ground, dropping into this exact 360-degree moment. And that relaxation, that kind of unclenching, that's nourishment. There's the energy can kind of circulate a little more. And we can be patient here as the everything settles. And the classic way to help with the settling, to get more stability, is to choose some simple thing to pay attention to. Out of the many streams, we choose one thing, and that simplicity can be kind of like a palate cleanser. Of course, the simplest thing of all is just sitting and being and not doing anything. And so a little trick here is to you kind of choose to find something a little bit satisfying about whatever simple thing you're paying attention to. It's the breath or sound or phrase or just being present, uh, inclining the mind towards, well, they would say in Buddhism, gladdening the mind, inclining it towards appreciating the simplicity, finding something to be good enough. And that's really interesting. As soon as we kind of commit that, it can kind of often that thing might it can open up a sensation or the experience in some way. Like ahead of time, there's a judgment there in some way that kind of closes us off. But if we totally accept and explore the thing, it can open up a bit. Mind wanders. Well, you notice, you bring it back. That's the rhythm of practice. Infusing everything with a kind of good-natured affability, letting that rhythm be a kind of massage. Now, if you got a mind that likes to explore more, you can also just be more like resting as awareness, and whatever you notice, you note it or get curious about it for a second and then come back. That also works. And notice if there's any, kind of severity in the way you're sitting, or kind of set of strict expectations, or can you be open as to how it's all unfolding, all the sounds around you, your situation inside you. This is just how it is. Acceptance, openness is a kind of nourishment. And there can be a feeling of just really dropping any agenda, like you're dropping back and just resting in your own awareness, not needing to control anything or get anything right. Just this sort of delicately being with your experience, being available. It's kind of like listening, but without expecting you'll hear anything. Good. I'm appreciating this opportunity to sit with other people too. It's like when the individual agendas drop, there's this sort of just being quality. And it's the same empty just being for everyone. And so it's like the same space. I'm kind of resting in that mystery, paradox. Yeah, if you like, for the last couple minutes, if you like finishing with a gratitude practice, a bit of gratitude or friendliness, send some friendly vibes to someone or some compassion. My favorite is just saying thank you, but not having a reason and just kind of repeating thank you to myself. And like before long, there starts to be a bunch of things I'm thankful for. They just kind of pop in. Simple things, complicated things, people, animals, places, moments, objects, opportunities, connections. You can kind of let them surprise you, especially if you practice being sincere in the thanks and not knowing what it is yet. For me, right now, it's different names, different people I've seen here over the years. Their names come up, thinking through them, thanking them. It's like life could have been any way, but it turned out to be this way. These people, this moment, all of us hanging out. It's just hilarious. All right. Thank you for joining me. for another rousing episode of Nothing Happening Whatsoever, your Sunday night meditation practice. Thank you, friends. Thank you for your practice. Hey, Olivia. Nice to see you. Randall. Hey, Brooke. Yeah. Sankana, good to see you here. Ryan. That's pretty much how it goes down. Mm, nice to see everyone. Yeah, totally. Tomorrow. Nice. North Vancouver. You're not far, Dana or Dana. Hey, Andrew. Good to see you. I'm sitting here listening to the this barking sound in the distance, and it's sea lions. I wish I could. It's so dark here. It gets so dark early. I wish I could show you. There's like a whole bunch of sea lions that just like bellied their way onto someone's raft over here because I'm like right on the ocean and outside of Vancouver, like this place that we rented for the winter, and they're so loud. They're just barking and rolling over each other, and apparently some of the neighbors are outraged, but it's pretty good. I like it. But I can see it being quite loud if you were right there. So if you ever wonder, those distant barks, they're not dogs. Thanks, Tisha. Nice, Judith. Welcome. Gail, this is the best. Gail, you have such excellent low expectations. I'm keeping the bar low here. Nice, Joe. Mm. Yeah, I could go try. I do it in the summer. I do it out when it's a little warm. I'll do it outside. I know. How could they be outraged about sea lions? Well, they're loud, extremely loud. I think it is always going to be on. I mean, always for now. I'm trying to, now it'll probably be here, but I'll put it on YouTube after for people who missed the broadcast. Um, all right. I'm going to go leave my family now. Good to see everyone. I'll see you here next week. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to press this button here and live video. Okay. Everyone have a great night. And if you're watching this later, have a great week.